What's up? It's the Incurable Collector back with another quick look. This time it's going to be of the Marvel Select, the Mighty. Now this figure was pretty much a sneak attack, man. I mean, there wasn't any advertising, any promo shots, any tweets. There was nothing. The figure just showed up one day out the clear blue sky, pretty much. The first guy to find one happened to be at Disneyland and strolled up into the Disney store, and there he was sitting on the pegs. He took a few pictures, posted them to Facebook in one of the Marvel Legend communities, and that was my first time seeing the figure. And like many of you, I knew right then and there that I had to have it. Why? Because of that accessory. That spinning youre is just all kinds of awesome. I've wanted one of those ever since that mini-made Thor from the Diamond exclusive was released, I don't know, some time ago. When as soon as I seen it, I know that I had to have it because it's just such a cool accessory to have. And I'm glad to finally have one that scales up to Marvel Legends. And the hammer is actually a really, really cool effect. It's an effective effect. They use 12 different hammers to convey, to create that illusion of Thor twirling his hammer. I mean, how many times have we seen Thor do this? We've seen it in comic books, on comic book covers. We've seen it in the movies, in the cartoons. We've seen it so many times before where Thor is spinning his hammer. He's getting ready to take off into flight, or perhaps he's, deflecting some energy attack or using it some other way, but the dude is always swinging his hammer. So now we finally have a really cool accessory that really does a good job at conveying and creating that illusion. Like I said, it's an effective effect. But what I didn't know was how good the figure was going to be himself. So once I got it, opened him up, I started checking him out. I was completely surprised, pleasantly surprised that, about how good this figure is. From the sculpting to the paint apps, to the articulation. Yes, the articulation. This figure right here has more articulation than the Marvel Now Thor. The anatomy is also better. Whereas the Marvel Now Thor had that big, gigantic chest, like an alien was inside, getting ready to burst out. Where this figure here, the chest, the whole overall sculpting of the figure, the anatomy is perfect. It looks good. It looks great. So like I said, I was pleasantly surprised by it. The articulation, like I mentioned, he has ab crunches and waist swivels and double jointed knees, ankle rockers, you name it, he has it. In addition, he has a soft goods cape. Some sort of soft, rubbery composite or something, but it's very flexible. It doesn't hinder any articulation. Let me also mention that the skirt piece, the loin covering, that's also made of a soft good, so it will not interfere with the articulation either. It's very flexible. You're still able to bend his legs up, bring them up without it getting in the way. So that's another cool little detail that they added. I'm glad they went with the soft goods, with the skirt piece and with the cape. That way we don't get any type of restrictions when we come to pose. I'm glad that they did that. The detail on the sculpting is great. It's one of the better sculpted figures for Marvel Select. From the wristbands, the wrist bracelets are awesomely sculpted. Some nice detail there. The detail on the boots, in particular, is done really good. I'm glad they added that. It's a small detail, but it goes a long way. Really bringing Thor and his costume, kind of brings it to life, gives it some personality. I'm glad they did that. The piping on his shirt, all of it is just sculpted very well. There's a lot of detail on this figure all over the place. The painting is also top notch. I couldn't find any real defects with the paint as far as paint slop or things of that nature. So again, another job well done. As far as accessories, he'll come with the spinning hammer accessory, the spinning youre, which is, like I mentioned earlier, all kinds of awesome. He'll also come with an additional hand to hold that accessory, which is also sculpted very well. Lots of detail on the hand as well. Then he'll come with a small stand. He'll come with two heads, right? You'll get the one helmeted head, which will come attached. Then he'll come with an unhelmeted head, which you can then swap as you see fit. Both heads are sculpted very nicely. The helmeted head has lots of detail on the helmet. They did a good job with that. It really reminds me of Thor. It's a nice look for Thor. It's a job well done. When I think about the Marvel Now Thor, that face was just a train wreck. This one here is a lot better. I'm not going to say it's, the best there is as far as head sculpts go, but it's done pretty good. There is some slop with the hair there, but that's a minor complaint. Overall, this figure is amazing. So yeah, man, just overall, this is a great figure. If you're a Thor fan, get this guy. If you like spinning hammer accessories, get this guy. If you want a better Thor for your Avengers display, than the Marvel Now Odin Wave Thor, get this guy. You will not be disappointed. He's actually a pleasant surprise. And I can foresee him being a sleeper hit with a lot of you, with a lot of us, with a lot of collectors. Just a really cool figure. I'm glad to have him. I may pick up another. I don't know why, just because. But it's a cool figure. And yes, he will scale with your Marvel Legends. He's a bit taller than the Marvel Now Thor, but still, Thor tends to be a pretty big guy. He's been drawn on the bigger side, so I don't think that causes any real problems. He can still be, squeezed in. All right, fellas, thanks for watching.